Hi everyone, my name's Laura and today I'm going to be making 3 different easy projects that you can give to your kids' teachers for Teacher Appreciation Day. All 3 projects are super simple, so your kids can even complete them on their own if you would like. As a teacher, I know it's so special when you get a gift from a student that they have made themselves. So I really hope that you enjoy making these 3 projects with your kids or letting them take the reins and doing it themselves. Today we're going to be using the Cricut Joy to personalize a mug, a candle and a clipboard.
First up, I'm going to make a personalised mug. So in Design Space, I've just used the text tool to put in the teacher's name and then pick a font that I liked. I'm just adjusting the position of the letters too so that they're not overlapping too much, because then I'll be able to weld it without any areas getting blocked out. I also went into the Images tab and found some little love hearts that I wanted to add to the mug as well. I'm using the permanent Smart Vinyl in the colour Tulip. I'm using the new True Control weeding kit to weed my project and just cutting off the excess vinyl so I can use that for later. While I was weeding it, I accidentally took off the M and I decided I wanted to change the colour of the name and the font for the name. So I'm going to use this colour instead for the name on the mug. The new font I chose is called BFC French Bread. I thought this font was a bit more fun and I liked the contrast of the 2 different colours. I'm using the Cricut Joy transfer tape and the Cricut scraper tool to adhere the transfer tape onto the vinyl so that I can get it onto the mug easily. I decided to just place the love hearts on sporadically over the mug, not really planning exactly where they were all going to go, and I just did this by hand instead of with transfer tape, just because I thought it would be easier than cutting little transfer tape pieces. And this is how the mug turned out. It's a super cute, easy project that the kids can help you with. Next up, I'm going to make a candle. So I've gone into the images again on Design Space and just typing in the word teacher comes up with so many great designs that you have access to already through Cricut. So I just browsed through these and decided I liked this one for a candle. I think it's really pretty. The teachers are magical imagery. So I've just got that up here and now I'm scaling it down so that it will be the right size for my candle. I'm using the permanent Smart Vinyl in the colour black for this one. With the Smart Vinyl, it's so great you don't need to use a mat to be able to cut it. So it's really handy. You don't need to clean a mat or have a mat ready. You're just good to go with the Smart Vinyl. It's so amazing. It's one of my favourite things about using the Cricut Joy. I had a bit of difficulty weeding this one just because there was so many tiny little pieces in the image. It was hard to not accidentally peel them up when I was peeling the rest of the vinyl up. But I just went slowly, and any bits that I did accidentally remove, I just tried to add them back on with my finger, and we got there in the end. And just like with the weeding, because of these little bits, I had to take a little bit more care when it came to using the scraper tool to attach the transfer tape. So I just made sure that everything was coming up when I went to peel it and just kept going back in with the scraping tool just to stick it down better. I'm just using this plain candle that I got from Kmart. It was like $1 or $2, nice and cheap, and sticking that image down onto the candle and using the scraper again just to make sure it's really on there before peeling off the transfer tape. I'm really happy with how this candle turned out. I just think it's so cute and I love the image. Next up, I'm going to be making a clipboard. So again, in the images and Design Space, I've typed in this quote to find what I want to use. There's lots of great images that you have access to again. So many different things to choose from, which just makes it so simple to make a project if you don't really want to design something yourself. So I'm going to be picking this one for our clipboard. And I'm just scaling the size down so that it will fit on the Joy. I'm using permanent Smart Vinyl again in the colour Champagne. It's this beautiful shimmery gold colour. I absolutely love it. I found this one a lot easier to weed than the last two projects just because it is a bigger design and the bigger font. The letters aren't as thin as they were in the other ones, and yeah, it was just really nice to weed. What I love about these three projects is that they're so simple, they're easy enough for the kids to do or the kids to help you with, because at the end of the day the present is coming from the children to their teachers, and it's so much more meaningful when the kids have been involved in creating it as well. So I've just got the transfer tape on here, sticking it all down, making sure it will transfer nicely. And again, I got this clipboard from Kmart. It's nice and cheap, and now I'm just placing it down. You could use a ruler to measure to make sure it's perfectly centered, but I just kind of put it where I thought it looked good, and I wasn't too worried about having it exactly centered. I love the gold foil on this one. I just think it's such a pretty color. And to finish it off, we're going to make a card on the Cricut Joy using this Insert Card Packet. I love the holographic card in there, and then the Cricut Joy Card Mat. This thing makes it so easy to DIY your own cards. It's my favorite thing to do with the Cricut. So in Design Space, I've just typed in Teacher again, and I'm going to pick one of these cards that we can work on. I'm going to do this one and just select the size that you want to have. Like all Cricut mats, it has a cover over the sticky bit, so you just peel that back and then make sure the front of the card is stuck down nicely so that it won't lift up when the Cricut is cutting. Just taking care to be extra careful when lifting this from the card mat because it is quite sticky, so just use a spatula or something to help you get it off. And then when you peel the card away, most of the weeded bits will stick to the mat, but I'm just going through with my weeding tool and getting those little bits that didn't come away with the mat. Now I'm just inserting the holographic piece of card to finish off our handmade card to go with our lovely DIY gifts for our teachers.